Hey Ragul, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you, man?
I'm great. I'm great. So, Ragul, for our audience, I just want to introduce you. So, Ragul is a blockchain QA engineer at Tech Alchemy, an experienced person in automation test engineering and RP development, a finance enthusiast, and Solidity Smart Contracts. I hope I read the LinkedIn headline fully.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah. I just memorized that. So today we'll be talking about blockchain basically. I know a bit about blockchain, about its security, but I want to know from an expert like you. So I have a few questions from you, and we'll be starting very briefly. Okay, so basically, I want to know, like, on behalf of audience, sorry, on behalf of the Page Agency platform, I welcome you and I thank you for your time. So our first question goes as, can you explain actually like what is blockchain technology and how it works in short? Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
sure.
So before we get into blockchain technology, as we all know, the traditional systems, how it works is in a server-based mode. So server and centralized database. So if we look at that, so whenever a data request is coming, the server will pass on the data to that request body, and the data will be emitted. So that's how it is being. Like functioning right now. But blockchain is a concept where it is going to like change all of this completely from the backend perspective. So basically, blockchain is a distributed ledger technology. So that means it creates all the transactions or all the records in a ledger sort of thing. If you see how ledger works, it will keep on add record one by one, one by one. So that is how it will work. So in this case, it is a public database where anyone can verify and look at the data anytime. And also, you can also imagine it this way. Like instead of having one big server at a one place,
Mhm.
this is like distributed parts of computational power, and all the transactions are being verified by the distributed computer power, and we will be verifying all the transactions. So this is the simplified term of how blockchain works. But in detail, blockchain is one of the DLT. We have many other distributed ledger technologies.
Okay, so a ledger you mean by like the ledger in commerce we make, like our
Yes,
accounting organs.
exactly like that. Yeah.
Okay. Hmm. Okay, so how does blockchain is different from traditional payment systems actually? Like how it differ?
Okay. So, like directly jumping into blockchain payments, let's just travel back in the history. So, in the early days, we used to have trading system, that is barter system.
Hmm.
So barter system as in like let's say Mayank will give me 1 kg of rice and I will give you 1 kg of salt in exchange.
Yeah.
So that is how the value was determined. And let's say if the rice was in more demand, then I
Hmm.
need to pay more number of salt in kgs. So that used to be the traditional method. And then we came to the fiat currency. That
Hmm.
is the one which we are
Paper
using.
use.
Yeah, paper use. So even in the fiat currency, technically it needed to be backed up by the gold which we are having in the reserves from each and
Yeah.
every country.
Yeah, I
But
heard that.
it is
I heard that
not
many
like that.
times.
So it is not like that. So that is where the inflation problems are happening. So we've switched to fiat currency. So how the fiat currency concept works is, so let's say if one country have X number of gold in their reserves, they can print that much money. So like countries used to like stop that habit, and even if you look at the U.S. government, they have kept on printing the money, and now their Federal Reserve has been reached a limit, and that's where the inflation is at peak, and every problem arises.
Hmm.
So the next alternative payment system is what everyone is thinking is could be blockchain. But that's how the thing works. Even in blockchain, what we believe is it is again similar to the barter system concept only. So we have
Hmm.
multiple different tokens like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Matic, and so on. So even they function in a demand and supply basis. So let's say if I give you one Ethereum, you will
Hmm.
give me equivalent amount in dollar values in some other tokens. It's like an exchange sort of system. So this is what we believe that it could be the next payment alternative.
Okay, so it also follows the demand and supply. Like if Ethereum is in great demand, then its
Hmm.
price will
Yeah,
increase.
price will increase. Yeah. Exactly the same. And also there are a lot of factors involving in the price movement. This just not only demand and supply, even further more factors are in due with them.
Okay,
So even we
gas
stable.
fees, gas fees comes in this context or
No,
not?
gas fees is an entirely different
An
concept.
NFT
Uh,
thing, right?
no, not NFT also. Gas fees is something which is collected for the as I told you, every transaction happens in the blockchain, and that needs to be verified by someone. So in the process of verification, only people will charge gas fees. So
Hmm.
let's say in the network level, if everyone wants to verify the same transaction at the same time, then the demand is more for that. So you need to pay a
Hmm.
higher gas fees. If the
Okay.
demand is less for the verification of transaction, then the gas fees will be lower. It's like that.
Hmm. Okay, so I guess, yeah. Basically, the function of blockchain is reducing the frauds and all in payments. So the question goes as, how does blockchain improve security and reduces the chances of fraud in payments? How does
Okay.
improve security?
As we all know, blockchain is immutable. Immutable means it cannot be erased. So whatever data that is there in a blockchain network, it will keep on existing. So there are no chances to change the network. I mean, change the data which is present in that network. All we can do is just upgrade certain functionalities, but still the data will be there. So, but if you look at the current systems, it's all centralized, and no
Mhm.
one is aware what is happening inside the bank. So, let's say in
Mm.
your bank account, it's showing as 1 lakh rupees as your balance. But do you truly know that the bank is holding your 1 lakh?
I don't think so. I don't think so
So
exactly.
we won't know that. So that's the biggest issue, and that is where all the problems are starting to occur. So, but
Mm.
in blockchain, it's not like that. It is completely immutable. It is 100% transparent, and also it is very secure compared to the traditional systems.
Hmm.
So this is where it's going to be a game changer.
So once the data is fed in the blocks of the blockchain, it remains forever, and no one can erase it ever.
Yeah, no one can erase it. It's immutable.
Hmm. Interesting. Um, okay, how does blockchain impact regulatory compliance for payments? The
Okay.
regulatory compliance.
So, as we all know, regulatory is sort of a thing which occurs when a new thing is arising.
Hmm.
So, like even in India, we have a lot of tax imposition for blockchains and everything. We can see this in two scenarios. One, India is also interested in blockchain, and even they want to be a part of it, or they are trying to keep it under control. So these are the two possibilities that we can read. So if we talk about cross-border payments and everything, as of now, in current systems, it is a very complex process where you have to wait for 2 days or 3 days. No, even India wants to be a part of this blockchain journey with what is happening. So that's
Hmm.
why we have a tax imposition happen. And that is for two reasons. One, it can also be that even they want to be in the upcoming technological innovation,
Yeah.
or they want to keep it in a controlled manner. So we can
Yeah.
see it in two lenses. And if we look at cross border payments, if let's say if a person from India wants to send money to US,
Hmm.
the options are very limited, and also it is a very
Obviously.
difficult journey that they need to go through it. So
Definitely.
it literally take a lot of days for the opposition party to receive the money. But
Hmm.
if you use blockchain, it's like instantaneously it is being transferred.
Hmm.
So that is where the power is coming. So what will happen is eventually, if it is the new banking system, we
Hmm.
might have further more compliancy layers added within the regulatory systems itself, so that we can track it and we can use it in the safer way. So that is what I think about the regulatory part. And also there are a couple of, I think we are very early from the regulatory perspective. Only
Hmm.
when there is a mass adoption, even the government will start noticing, okay, how can we utilize this, and how can we use this for betterment, and they will enter
Hmm.
into the picture.
Yeah,
So this is the
I just heard that they imposed a 30% tax on cryptocurrency. Yeah, that was strange because they are treating it just like gambling or what?
so it's like that.
Yeah. Okay. So, what kind of impact do you think like blockchain have on the future of payments? or future of banking and financial services? Like, what can be the future of banking financial services with blockchain?
I definitely agree that blockchain is more than some JPEGs. Uh, so
Exactly.
yeah, it definitely has a great scope in the banking and in the financial sector. Why? Because it is transparent, and also it is secured enough, and also it can be used in the variety of use cases. So since we are very early in this blockchain technology, there are yet to I mean, a lot of innovations and a lot of use cases are yet to happen. And that too, especially in this financial industry. This financial industry is very massive and very wide. We have supply chain, we have like retail finance, and we have a lot of things involved in it.
Much.
So as of now, it is controlled by the regulate. It is being controlled by the centralized bodies, and there are a lot of frauds and a lot of bad stuffs happening. So to eradicate this, blockchain will be one great tool. But again, even in blockchain, there are two types. One is having a centralized account and also a decentralized account. So if people are again going to even in blockchain, if they go into centralized accounts, there might be some problems like FTX and everything. So it is bound to happen. But eventually, I see this as a journey where in a decade or in couple of years, our payment system will itself have massive changes, but I wouldn't say it would replace the fiat completely, because
Yeah,
that is
that is
not going to happen.
not going to happen.
It will parallelly coexist with the fiat, like how UPI is doing in India.
Yeah.
So that is
The scope will grow. I think the scope will grow with time, but we cannot replace the fiat currency completely because there are not many technical users yet in India.
yes. And also the usability and also the whole picture should become very simple, as how you create a Google account or how you create a Google Pay account. As of now, using blockchain might be little complicated for the first time users,
Yeah,
but once they get used to it, it will be very easy.
the
So even
the MetaMask thing, I guess.
yeah, correct, exactly. MetaMask is one such non-custodial wallet. So we have a lot of non-custodial wallets. So that processes might be little bit difficult, and also a lot of people won't be willing to pay gas fees. Why should I need to pay my money for
Extra money.
person?
Mm.
So all these are coming as cons. But again, if you compare with international payments, a lot of people are moving to cryptocurrency, doing rather than doing an traditional international payments, because that is much more simpler and easier for them. So definitely, it will have a wide variety of scope, and that too with the help of smart contracts. So basically, smart contracts is something which controls the whole backend technology.
The
For
rules, I guess, the rules
Yeah,
of the
exactly.
blockchain. Yeah, yeah.
It's like a rule sort
I
of.
also read something about that.
Yeah, I don't want to get too technical into it,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
we
yeah,
can just
definitely.
term it as it's like an agreement and do's and don'ts for the backend that we tell. So smart contracts is very much secured, and also that gives the transparency for any system, uh, and anyone can publicly audit anything. So that there won't be much of a fraudulent which is happening from the from the authority side. So I think it definitely plays a huge role in the future. So let's see what happens, and there is a lot of crazy stuff that could happen.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much, Ragul, for taking your precious time and getting on our platform. It was so nice talking to you, and hope to meet you soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.